Hello, I'm Jade. My project is LLM for equitable design. I'm interested in equitable design. I explored this field with the aim of applying LLM to help small business owners easily manage their store data and utilize it for customer management. I thought that LLM could be helpful in the form of a chatbot for customers to explore information about the store, and it could also assist the store's owner in managing and recalling their store's data. I thought that each demo interface could be used differently depending on the use case of both the customer and the store owner. I asked ChatGPT to create a fictional dataset for a local flower store with various attributes for each entry. Currently, ZeroWidth does not support formats like Excel and only utilizes text and PDF. I created the knowledge set in text format. Now, each entry is currently a maximum of 100 data points, but when the amount of data increases in the future, I think it would be more structurally stable to create separate knowledge sets for each entry. I experimented with different max token counts. When I asked for a list of all customer IDs, with a lower max token count, the model either cited privacy issues for not having access or simply stated it couldn't answer. However, when I set the max token to 4,000, it promptly provided all the customer IDs. Therefore, attributing the inability to answer due to token limitation as a privacy issue seems problematic to me. Next, I experimented with varying the temperature setting in response to the question, what could be the next event that we should host for attracting more customers? At a temperature of 0.5, the answers were fast and deterministic. However, at a temperature of 1.2, the responses were longer and more creative, but took longer to generate. There was also a difference in response length when I asked, can you make the promotion copy for a 30% sale in one sentence? At a temperature of 0.1 compared to temperature of 1.2. I set the platypus at a technical challenge level. I thought of various questions to examine the capabilities of the LLM, and I was curious if I could solve the parts where the model fails to answer properly through prompt engineering. And it was mostly successful. But there were some questions that model couldn't answer properly. The first question was, what plant is the most popular? But it wasn't answered correctly, so I changed it to what plant was the most purchased, but it still wasn't answered. So I added a definition of the most popular plant to the instructions. As a result, it was successful. The second question was about out-of-stock items, but again, the model did not answer correctly. Similarly, after modifying the instructions, it was successful. The third question was, who was the customer that bought plants in our store the most? Even after adding a definition to the instructions, the model was unable to answer the question correctly. In response to the model's failure, it gave a hint suggesting that customer name and ID are needed. So I attempt to guide the prompt itself by including this information in the prompt. And it worked. My speculation about this experience, firstly, overall, it seems to be very capable of accurately answering basic data-related questions, and it's also good at brainstorming marketing and event ideas, which can be challenging for small businesses with few employees. The ability to train the model text-based without needing complex coding was awesome. It seems like an opportunity for local small business owners to easily access technology in opposition to big enterprises. Although the training process was difficult, I'd like to further develop it into a platform that small businesses can use effectively. Moreover, I found it useful and trustworthy that the model, instead of confidently listing false information, often alerts to potential misinformation when there is a concern of incorrect answers. From the perspective of designers, as technology becomes increasingly diverse and complex, understanding it can be quite challenging. However, LLMs are highly useful as they can understand the context of questions and search for necessary information from vast data. Additionally, they allow for customization and create tasks by inputting information about one's career and business operations, which can be greatly beneficial professionally. However, there is also a concern that the true self is becoming more transparent. I previously worked as a product manager at a major Korean search engine, where I had the experience of creating and launching an LLM model. While working on design and product aspects, I created review guides for fine-tuning and design interfaces. However, I didn't delve deeply into the operating principles or technical aspects of LLM. It's been great to have the opportunity to study these in detail through this experience. I'm curious about a few things. For instance, if I include always answer briefly in the instruction, I wonder how it would change the response. Also, can variables be changed during the conversation, and who holds the authority over this, the instructor or the person in the conversation? I'm also curious if the order of instructions affects the outcome. There was a part where the model claimed it couldn't answer due to privacy concerns because of a token issue, which I'm worried might be ethically akin for lying.